After a couple months at the marina, with all our chores complete, we finally pushed off from the dock.
We are back to cruising, and it feels great. It's a long break, but we're back at it now, hopefully for the indefinite future.
We are going to stop at Boqueron. It's only a few miles south of Puerto Rico, but a good shakedown sail and good for us to get reacquainted with life back on the hook. Woohoo! We're off the dock and it feels amazing.
Figure it's probably about time that we replace this American flag. Let's get it up.
There is something about being back on the water that is magical and freeing, so we celebrated with dinner in the cockpit, had a few drinks, and just enjoyed our surroundings.
I came up to check on our bridle and make sure our anchor was all set, and what's on the line? An iguana. And I scared him and he dove underwater, but he just swam back. Look.
Poor little guy, he's a long way from shore. Look at this. The following day, we explored the village of Bocarone, which has a population of around 6,000 people. The town was charming and colorful with lots of restaurants, bars, and shops to explore. We walked around for a bit, but feeling exhausted from the past weeks of boat work, we decided to just relax on the boat for the rest of the day.
Well, now that we are back on anchor, we need to get our water maker going again. So I had put a preservative, which is biocide, in the membrane housing before we left to make sure that it stayed good and clean. And now I need to make sure all the valves are open and get it going again. So first step, make sure the through hull is open. And then second step is we have a valve on the feed pump, which is also right down here. That valve is open. So now we're gonna go over to the pre-filter assembly and make sure that the valve that controls where the pre-filters draw from is in the right position. So we need to turn this down. Now we need to go over to the water maker. And we need to check that our valve, which is in the clean position for pushing the biocide through the water maker, is now in the run position. Now we fire it up.
And just like that, we are transforming ocean water into drinking water.
Good morning. So today we get to do something pretty cool. We met a local at a restaurant when we were having lunch about a week ago. His name is Ricky, and he invited us to go see the Cabo Rojo Lighthouse with him. So he's gonna pick us up here in Boca Raton today, and we're gonna go for a little hike and see the lighthouse, which is gonna be super cool to see it with a local and get some of the local knowledge. So we're pretty excited. It's really early though. I just think it's like 6:30 in the morning. Whew, barely awake. Nice morning though. Good morning.
Morning, Gary. Hey.
Our first stop was to fuel up on caffeine, and then we continued along the hillside to the National Wildlife Refuge, where we would begin our trek. Our 4-hour hike would start in the Salt Flat area, loop around a nearby beach, and then on to the lighthouse. There's a rainbow behind you. Did you see the rainbow?
Sunshine, sunshine.
So we're walking along with this group who goes out on weekends and does little hikes. And it's super cool to be invited to join them. We really need to learn Spanish because we can't really follow the conversation. But we're walking up towards the lighthouse now. You can see it off in the distance. It's really pretty here through these salt flats.
So good, right? So
Yes.
look at the improvement of the day. Ooh.
It was pouring when we first showed up, but it is beautiful now. Not only does the Trekking Puerto Rico group hike every Sunday, they also participate in trash cleanup along the way. It is quite sad to see so much plastic in such a beautiful area. A lot of the plastic we see on beaches is washed ashore from hundreds of miles from where it originated. It was refreshing to be part of this, and many kudos to them for doing their part and making our world a better place. You just pull it off and eat it?
Yes. And there's even two. There's thorns. You cannot just yeah. Hey, there's one. You can try this one too.
Oh.
Good.
It's got a different flavor. You want to try it, Gary?
Mm-hmm.
It is like it tastes like dragon fruit.
Yeah.
I think it's that's a superfood. I think I have the feeling that is a superfood.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
The Cabo Rojo Lighthouse was originally built in 1882 and marks the southeast entrance to the Caribbean Sea through the Mona Passage and the Atlantic Ocean. The lighthouse is surrounded by limestone cliffs that drop 200 feet to the ocean below. The terrain on the trails around the lighthouse vary, from sandy beaches to dry rocky cliffs, but around each bend, the view was more spectacular than the last. We can see why Ricky loves it here so much. And if the view from the lighthouse wasn't spectacular enough, around the bend, there are views of epic rock formations and hidden caverns. The trekking group went on ahead, but Ricky wanted to share his secret spot with us. So we continued along the trail until we came to his hidden oasis.
Where are you going?
Come on down. Come on down.
Whoa!
Come on down.
This is awesome!
We're in a cave. We're in a hole. This is crazy.
Standing up. Not fair.
we just finished hiking around Cabo Rojo Lighthouse and it was absolutely gorgeous. But along the way we found all of these plastic water bottles and it's really a shame because it's such a beautiful place. We really need to do a better job about bringing our reusable water bottles because it's so beautiful, and then you come to a pile of trash and it just really ruins the experience for everyone. We made it back to the truck where the trekking group was hydrating after the long hike, and if being included in their hike wasn't specially enough, we were greeted with shots of homemade coffee moonshine.
Thank you.
¿Qué pasó? El baúl. Y volviendo al punto donde estaba.
Muchas gracias to Trekking Puerto Rico for welcoming us with open arms and showing us your beautiful coastline. And just when we thought the day couldn't get any better, Ricky had more in store for us. Ricky wanted us to see his other favorite cave, but it wasn't the sort of cave we were expecting.
They shave the ice and then they put syrup over it. It has a lot of sugar.
Ricky took us for a tour around his land, showing us his fruit trees, more specifically his tamarind trees, and taught me how to make juice from them. And luckily for me, I was able to take some home. Then we got the tour of his cave, his man cave. Wow, what a place. After a couple of drinks in the man cave, it was time to hit the road. Ricky had one more spot he wanted to share with us.
¡Viva Puerto Rico y el mundo entero! ¡Que viva Puerto Rico! ¡Para Luna!
So we had a really amazing day today. Ricky, thank you for your hospitality and showing us around Puerto Rico. Also, thank you for all of these wonderful snacks. He sent us home with chocolate almonds, bananas, garlic, pineapple, avocado, wine, even my favorite kind of wine. It was seriously a perfect day and we had the most fun. So now it's time to relax. So something very cool just happened to us. We were just sitting inside our boat and we hear a knock on the side, and it was a couple on their paddleboard that saw us and wanted to come say hi because they watch our videos. So it's very, very cool. So they're here now and we're having some drinks with them.
Hi, hello.
Welcome to Puerto Rico.
After sharing stories, Amy and Angel invited us to see their boat, so we hopped in our dinghy, towing their paddleboard behind us. We met their friends and watched the sun go down. Thanks you guys for sharing your dream with us. You made our night, and we look forward to following your sailing adventures.
We awoke to a calm, peaceful morning in Boca Raton. As I do almost every morning, I pulled up the weather forecast to see what was on the horizon. After checking the wind models, I checked the National Hurricane Center forecast and saw that we had something to be concerned about out in the Atlantic. A tropical disturbance had formed, and at this time was given a 40% chance of development into a named storm over the next 5 days. We had planned to sail south to Curacao in the coming weeks, about 400 miles south of Puerto Rico. I went back to Windy to see where the models were predicting the storm could go, and saw that it may pass just to the south of Puerto Rico. This path would essentially trap us from running south if the storm developed. So, we calculated out that if we left that day, we would be close to Curacao before the storm reached the area, safely tucked away to the south. Without hesitation, we decided to play it safe, so we spent the morning getting One Life ready for passage.
When we were hanging out with Ricky yesterday, he gave us a bunch of tamarinds from his tamarind tree. And I'm gonna try to make tamarind juice for our passage. So I was told that first I need to I need to take the pod, smash it, pull the crust from the sides, and then pull out the seed pod. Then I need to pull the fibers and put this with the seeds in the pan. Okay, I just finished peeling all the tamarinds, and now I'm going to pour some hot water over them and boil them for about 10 minutes. We'll see how this process goes. I'm sure Ricky would probably tell you I'm doing it wrong, but I'm giving it my best shot. And he's coming over for dinner tonight, so hopefully this juice will be done so he can try it and give it a taste test. It looks like it's starting to break down, so now I'm going to add a cup of sugar. I separated the pits from the liquid, added my own special ingredient, and I was ready for Ricky to give it a taste.
So our friend Ricky, who showed us all around yesterday, was kind enough to show us to his home and take us all over the area. So we invited them out to the boat tonight for a quick little snack and dinner right before we set sail. So get to go meet him at the dock.
Ricky! Come on aboard!
Oh, this is cozy.
I want you to try my rum drink.
All right, I don't plan to drink much, so give me the rum drink.
I'll give you the rum drink first.
One.
We're not drinking at all because we're sailing tonight.
Yes.
That's the tamarind juice I made today.
Whoa!
And I need you to be quality control.
It has more than tamarind.
I put some cinnamon in it.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah, do you like it?
I love it.
Did I do okay?
Very, very outstanding.
Oh, good. Okay. Right now it's time for the good stuff. We showed Ricky our boat and had a nice dinner, but unfortunately, it was time for us to get going.
Thank you for showing us around.
I loved it. I loved it.
For everything, the treats, the showing us around.
You made our stay in Puerto Rico so special.
Yeah.
So special.
But
it's hard to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Ricky's a real special guy.
We always meet the best people out here. And it restores faith in humanity a little bit. Being out here, we're super vulnerable to the weather and new places, and when we meet somebody like Ricky, it really, really makes us feel good. We hate saying goodbye, but it's adios for now, Puerto Rico. Right, now we need to hoist the dinghy and do a couple more things before we're ready to sail tonight. We are super excited to share this episode with you all, and we hope you enjoyed it. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching.